Hey guys, it's me, Sam Lanier from the Clackamas Soil and Water Conservation District's WeedWise program at Home Edition. So today I wanted to just kind of talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things going on, in particular about hygiene, about our weed of the month, and a little confession from me as well. So to start off, I wanted to talk about our hygiene issues related to when you're out roaming around in natural areas, that sort of thing. When you're out stretching your legs during the stay-at-home order and that sort of thing. One of the big things that we always talk to folks about is making sure to clean your boots and equipment before you move from one area to the other. Some of the things you can use are, like boot brushes. So we've got one like this one. We've got another one like this one, courtesy of the Oregon Department of Agriculture. But you can pick up some of these if you need one. You could come by the office once we're back reopened and get one of those as well. And, the big thing, what you want to do is actually spend some time cleaning your boots or equipment whenever you're out and about. So, before I left the office here, before our office closed down, I made sure to grab my field boots. And, when I went and looked at these guys, I, came to them, and I had used one of our boot brushes down at the office, and it's called a scrusher. And what you can do is you just, rub your feet on it and wipe your feet like you're going into your mom's house or your house, I guess. But what you can see is, it did a pretty good job taking most of the heavy mud off. But you can also see right there that there's quite a bit of mud left in the tread there. So this is a huge failure on my part. But that's why we've got things like this boot brush pick here to let you actually get in there and actually work those guys out there. So, once you kind of get in there and kind of spend some time cleaning that stuff out, and get it cleaned up and get the any kind of heavy mud, because that mud and that dirt in your boots can actually spread some seed around. And we'll get into this more in just a little bit about why I really wanted to spend some time talking to you guys about this thing. But so once you've got that kind of squared away there and you got the boot cleaned up quite a bit better than what it was, you can see that it looks a whole lot better. So ta-da! All right. So, that's the thing, and you can see it didn't take a whole lot of time. You can spend a little more time getting as much off as you can. That's a good strategy. Get as much of that material off as you can just to prevent spreading seed. So, I'm going to grab this guy, and pardon for any unsteadiness here, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our weed of the month as well, and why I wanted to focus on hygiene with this guy in particular. So I'm here in my backyard in Oregon City. You can see we've got kind of a, natural area, adjacent to our lawn area, back porch. But one of the things that I noticed was, as I'm out here getting outdoors, looking around, and checking in on a lot of the weeds and that sort of thing going on, I noticed in my backyard, one of our priority weeds, you can see it there, that's garlic mustard. And it's actually the weed of the month for the Clackamas WeedWise program. And so our staff is out right now. We're actually treating garlic mustard at a number of sites across the county. So those of you that have it and have cooperated with us in the past are probably getting phone calls right now about folks coming out to come out and treat the weed. But what I noticed is, this weed popped up in my backyard. I know where most of this stuff is at in the county, and I know there's never been any in my backyard before. So the question becomes, well, how did it get here? And the answer is pretty obvious, that it's from my dirty boots. So, even though I'm using that scrusher at the office, you can see it didn't do a great job of completely cleaning out the soil. And so when I was down here, taking care of some of the weeds and trying to bring back, all this water leaf here, I did a pretty good job of knocking out a lot of the herb Robert that we've been fighting back here. But with this guy in particular, I ended up bringing in a really bad guy there. So what we're going to do is pull this guy up right now and prevent it from spreading. So hold on one second. We'll get a good look at it here, maybe. And that's why you need somebody else to hold the camera. So here we go, folks. So we're going to trace it down, and you want to get as much of the root as possible here as you pull it up. You want to avoid breaking it. Let's see if I got it all. So it looks like I got most of it. Now you can see, you know, with the root here, it'll have kind of a little J or kind of bend to it. And if you can get that guy all the way up, then you know you've got the plant. So looks like I did a pretty good job getting that guy up. And you know, this stuff is edible, and I know I don't spray back here, so we might try eating some of this for dinner, putting it in our pot with dinner. So you might give it a go, but definitely, you know, spend some time. And I know there's at least one more over here that I'm going to take care of, but I wanted to just let you guys know to keep an eye out for this plant. So again, garlic mustard, you can see it's got these kind of white petals to it, these kind of heart-shaped scalloped leaves. And the big kicker, the big easy way to tell, is if you crush it up in your hand and you give it a little smell, it's going to have a real strong, pungent, garlicky odor to it. So that's one way to tell there, and keep it in check. So, you know, remember this guy, keep an eye out for it, especially on property that you own. Remove it whenever you see it, because if you do let it go to seed, if I let it go to seed here, it would be spreading and we'd be fighting it for years. But this is the first year we've seen it, and I know where it's at. So we're going to get it knocked out and completely gone. And it's a good reminder to me to do a way better job cleaning my boots, and I encourage you to do the same. So that's it for me. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.